everybody, Jillian here. Welcome back to my channel for a new Bible journaling process video. Today is all about love. I am in Psalm 139 today, and I've been kind of holding on to this page in my Bible, just waiting to see what I felt like journaling, what I felt like I was being led to journal and share with you guys. And I got some pieces from the new You Are Loved collection from Illustrated Faith, and pulled some of my favorite things out. These are the paper pieces here. And as I was looking through it, I also have the washi strips from the You Are Loved collection, and I might use these as a finishing touch along the edges of the page, and so you get 2 of each sheet. And then finally, what is a entry by Jillian without some stamps. So this is the stamp set from the You Are Loved collection, and it has just some great scripted words and some hand-drawn elements here. One of my favorites is this love you and this little psst. And so it would be really fun to stamp out a sentiment that says something like, you are loved. So that's pretty much all that I'm going to be using today. I'll go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and get started.
Before I got started, I pulled out a pack of wipes because this is going to get pretty messy, and I'm putting my Bible mat underneath the page to protect the rest of the pages. And then for the silk screen, it has this backing sheet, and all you do is just simply peel it off and place it down onto your page. I didn't get it straight the first time, so I repositioned it. The adhesive on the back of this silk screen is similar to that of an acrylic stamp that clings to the block. So the more you use this silk screen, the more adhesive you'll lose from the back, but when you clean these, you just use some like warm water and soap, and I think that you can get the stickiness back. I've never had a problem with them not sticking to the page and moving around. So I decided kind of in the moment here that I wanted to do an ombre pattern using the silk screen. So I first took the mint paint and then scraped that on top of the screen. It's pretty much a stencil with a different material, and it doesn't move around. So in between the paint application here, I'm just wiping off the excess paint that's on the top with a baby wipe, and that's enough to get this acrylic craft paint off of it. And then you simply place it down again, and then before I use this darker teal color, I realized that I want to, go with the ombre effect. So I am pulling out some different color aquas and teals here, and I'm just going to get darker as I go down the bottom. One thing you do want to be careful when you're using a pattern like this, you want to be careful to make sure that you don't get paint over the edge, otherwise you're going to see like the hard line of the edge of the silk screen. So I was very careful, you can see there, just making sure that I didn't go over the edge of it. Another thing to consider is the paint is wet, and so I'm going to reposition it beneath what I've already paint that's already on the page. And so once I kind of have an idea of where I want it, I commit to the placement immediately because the paint's wet, the silk screen is going to sit on top of it, and I don't want the paint to smudge. I still want the I love yous to be visible. And also, it's going to get a little heavier down here at the bottom, I guess is the right word to use, because I'm using a darker color. This is the darkest of the aquas, and then I also kind of overlapped the silk screen onto what was already on the page. So I let it dry a little bit, and I want to show you what the reverse of the page looks like. There's a little shadow on the bottom, but absolutely no bleed through. And then I'm just going to take these paper pieces, and that green circle is from the washi pack, and kind of figure out where I want to place things before I do any stamping or stickering or anything like that. I have the Elements sticker sheet, I think it's called, and from the You Are Loved collection pack. You can buy that sticker sheet a la carte. That's what I did. And I'm going through the washi stickers here and still just trying to figure out where I want things. I knew the message that I wanted to write on this page, but really the design didn't come easily to me. I decided to go ahead and pull out some black alpha stickers. I didn't want to stamp on the page because I felt like I needed to separate all of the painted words on the bottom with something a little more substantial on top. So I felt like to stamp out the sentiment or the title kind of would have just gotten lost. So I'm using these stickers from Bella Boulevard. The black alphas here, I'm just going to speed this up so you don't have to watch me put them on the edge of my mat. They are the tiny text stickers from Bella Boulevard, and they make an all black sheet, which is what I picked up. And then I have the big and bold alphas, I think they're called, and just cutting down a Q to make an O. And I place them on the edge of my mat so that I can move them around and kind of figure out where I want them on the page before I stick them down. I keep maybe the top third of the sticker off of the mat so that I can simply just press it down and then release the mat by pulling it towards me gently, and that gets the sticker down on the page. Not perfectly straight, but good enough. So then I'm going to use some of this aqua washi tape here to kind of anchor this heart paper piece down at the bottom of the page. And as I go to trim off the excess here, I realize I'm going to trim off a substantial amount of the heart, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that before I trim the washi and then put it back. So you can see the stickers spell out "You are loved," and I really love this psalm. It's been one of my favorites since high school, and I think I've said it before on this channel. I feel like a lot of what's in the Bible is, God's love letter to us, Him wooing us into a relationship with Him. And I kind of just wanted to document that here. And so I went ahead and used that stamp that says, "Psst," and then, so the sentiment is, "Psst, you are loved." And I just thought that was cute. I'm taking the journaling pens here and just jotting a quick little note that says, "I love you, Lord, because you first loved me. Thank you for these love letters filled with your unfailing, everlasting love." When I Bible journal, that is pretty much the gist of what I'm journaling. It's my response to what I'm reading in the Bible, and that is typically addressed to God. Sometimes that's me writing questions down. A lot of times it's me just writing my praise down. Sometimes I write answered prayers in there. Just different things that are happening in my life. I just write in the margins of the Bible. So for instance, I was actually reading through Genesis last Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, and I was reading the part where Hagar and Ishmael are sent away and to wander in the desert and die. And I read that and just had this reaction to it, and I immediately put down some washi tape and some letter stickers and just kind of poured my heart out to God, and just wrote a little note there about how that made me feel and the questions I had about that. And then ultimately it led to His praise. As I went on to read that story, it talks about how God looked out for Ishmael and was with him. And so Bible journaling can be as simple as that. It can simply be just writing down a question, a feeling, a response to what you're reading in the Word. So that's going to do it. Here is a final look at my page and a close-up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday for a new Bible journaling process video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.